Welcome back guys, and these are all the twin movies that I could think of. If you don't know, twin movies are two films with very similar plot points coming out around very similar times, if not the same year, sometimes within months of each other. In 2013, two films very similarly came out. One, This Is the End, and two, The World's End. 1989 brought us Turner and Hooch, and also K9. Both movies about a cop and a dog. In 1999, there was a movie called X Risen Z, also another film that came out that exact same year with a very similar plot point. Of course, it would be The Matrix. 1998 brought us the famous movie Bug's Life, but a lot of people may not have seen this or already know about it, but the movie Antz was just as popular at the time, but it was obviously outshone by the Disney classic. I personally prefer Antz. Again in 1998, a movie called The Truman Show came out, which was a very famous movie by Jim Carrey. But also, a year after, a movie called Ed TV came out with pretty much the exact same plotline. Dante's Peak and Volcano in 1997, both about an exploding volcano. Again in 1998, this was the year of twin movies apparently, Armageddon and Deep Impact, about a giant asteroid hurtling towards Earth and going to wipe out the whole civilization. In 2005, horror movies done the exact same thing, one with The Cave and the other with The Descent. Both movies about going into a creepy cave. 2006 was our magician side of things, one with The Illusionist and the other with The Prestige. 2011 took the rom-com side of things with No Strings Attached and also Friends with Benefits. In the year 2000 it went a sci-fi route with Mission to Mars and The Red Planet. In 2010 it took more of an animation route with Despicable Me and Megamind, both movies talking about the villain kind of being the hero of the story. In 2009, you had Paul Blart Mall Cop with Kevin James, and you had a movie that wasn't well as known, Observe and Report with Seth Rogen, who was also, you guessed it, a mall cop. We're jumping on the Disney bandwagon now. In 2012, we had Snow White and the Huntsman and also Mirror Mirror, two films talking about the exact same plot. In 2013, you had two movies about taking down the White House. One, Olympus Has Fallen, and two, White House Down. In 2006, you had two movies about the airplane jacking, United 93 and Flight 93, pretty much the exact same title. In 1998, you had two movies about the Second World War. One, The Thin Red Line, which obviously wasn't well as known as its predecessor, Saving Private Ryan. And possibly my most famous one, and it's probably not really known by many people out there due to me talking about them. In fact, when I've gone to a Comic-Con, I've only actually seen a few people who actually know this movie, and one being The Warriors, coming out in 1997, and the second movie, The Wanderers, coming out in that exact same year. Personally for me, The Wanderers is a better movie than The Warriors, but I think a lot of people will disagree because they've all grew up with The Warriors. I grew up with The Wanderers. Now, why do different studios make twin movies? Is it because there's just such amount of vast scripts out there that some movies just happen to get made at the same time? I personally don't think that. I think it is a way of narrowing down what you're buying. Like when you go into a supermarket and you see loads of different variations of the item you want to buy, but you choose the product that you know and you trust, it's kind of like how it works. So if you heard about a movie that was coming out in 1999 about a person who's essentially escaping the reality of the world, and you see some people and you see some of the actors there with not that many known faces or that known of a director or coming out just from a certain company, and then you hear the movie that is coming out with Lawrence Fishburne, Keanu Reeves, and it is made by a very big studio, I think that's the movie that you're going to trust. But what do you guys think of twin movies? Do you like them? Do you have certain twin movies that you like both of them? Or is it always, I prefer this one over that one type thing? Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Merry Christmas guys, and we'll see you next time.